From the mountaintops of ancient Lemuria, greetings of aloha. Welcome to Conscious Creators in the love and light of Master Guide Kiriel and Master Kahu Fred Sterling. I can feel the light presence of their truth, trust, and passion. Kahu is on my left side and Kiriel is on my right side. Do you see them? Yes. The legacy of Master Guide Kiriel and Kahu Fred Sterling continues. I, Patty Athena Sterling, will try my heart's best to facilitate carrying the Conscious Creator legacy forward, because I know how our combined effort to consciously move forward to age our soul is such a value during this great shift in consciousness. And Kahu's message from this morning, new thoughts, changes, transforms your world. Thoughts are evolutionary. So I bow to you, Conscious Creators, in love and gratitude for your presence here today. Thank you for your love and support, your light, and your determination to age your soul is such a blessing to us and the world and the planet Earth. So thank you. Today's topic of discussion, your truth, my truth. This topic was inspired by Kahu and Kiriel for the purpose of raising our consciousness as the importance of being a conscious creator. In the passion for change, healing happens, which transforms into new levels of understanding. I'm going to ask Goddess Corinna to lead us in this short meditation, which is not, I like to call it the alchemy of the 5 breaths self-healing meditation. So Corinna, could you lead us for short but powerful? Yeah.
Okay. So everyone sit comfortably. And imagine the golden particles above your crown chakra. And we'll start at the crown. So take your right palm, place it on your crown chakra, and your left palm on top of that. And take 5 deep breaths here. And breathe in the golden particles through your pineal gland, where they change to white light, and draw it down into your heart chakra. Lock it and exhale 5 times into your crown chakra. And just keep breathing here and feel the light go into your frontal lobes, into the midbrain, into the hindbrain, and let the light circulate throughout your head and just feel the relaxation. And when you have your 5 breaths there, you can go to the second hand placement at your closed eyelids, the middle and index fingers. So breathe deeply here 5 times through your fingertips into your eyes, and light up your eye socket, and just let the light activate all of the cells in your eyes. Keep breathing and send the light through your fingertips, over the cones and the rods in the retina, and light up the retina. Breathe back over the retina to the optic nerve. Breathe over the optic nerve back to the vagus nerve in the back of your head. And take your final breaths here to light up the vagus nerve and let the light go all the way down your spine, connecting into all the different organs and into the parasympathetic nervous system, and just relax into the breathing now. When you're complete at the eyes, go to your heart muscle on the right side of your chest and take 5 deep breaths here through your palms and into your heart. And let the light go through your heart and through the thumbs up to your thyroid and the bottom of your neck. Keep breathing through your palms and light up your thymus in the top of your chest, and let the light go into your lungs. Feel yourself relaxing now into the breath. Let the light go into your lymphatic system, and let the light up both breasts, and feel this whole upper part of your body just bathing in this beautiful white light of love. And when you've completed your 5 breaths at your heart, go to the next hand placement at your stomach, at the 3rd chakra, right palm down and left palm on top. And breathe deeply 5 times through your palms into your stomach, and just release any anxiety or any tension you have here. Golden particles changing to white light, and let the light go through your palms, through the stomach, into your pancreas and into the liver. Breathe deeply through your palms and let the light go back to your kidneys. Release any tension, any fear. Keep breathing through the palms into your stomach and light up the other organs here, your pancreas and gallbladder. And take another deep breath and send the light down into your small intestines. And we'll shift now down into the final hand placement. That's your 2nd chakra, right above the pubic area. Send 5 breaths through your palms into this area and release any tension or any of the any concern that you have in this area of your body. Send the light into your digestive tract, all the way through the colon into the rectum. Breathe into the reproductive organs, for the men, the prostate, the women, the uterus or the cervix, the ovaries. Just light up your whole reproductive organs. And another breath. Send the light into your urinary tract and into the bladder. And take one more deep breath through your palms and light up this whole lower chakra area. And just relax now into this whole energy of love that you've created to surround you. This bubble of beautiful white healing light. Thank you for preparing for our program today.
Can you take another breath and feel this is your truth. You're centered in your truth right now. Wow. Isn't that great?
That was great.
Whew.
Love
That's
it.
when you get back into your truth, right? Thanks for that. So, let me center myself. And then in the collective effort to continue the timeless legacy of Kaku and Carol, please shine your light, heart light to these ladies on our right, joining me today. I say ladies because Kahu is a, well, he still calls them the ladies. The ladies. And then, so they will be sharing their thoughts on the topic, your truth, my truth. So, could you introduce yourself and your statement of what you got from, or what you want to share for this topic?
Shall I read this first?
No,
No.
not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
The question? that
Oh,
we're
sorry,
addressing.
yeah, go ahead.
Topic. The topic.
Oh, why don't you introduce yourselves first?
Aloha, Aldine Mahinaku here. Thank you for being here.
Aloha, I'm Karina, Purple Goddess, and I welcome you, and I'm grateful that you're here.
Aloha, I'm Susanna, Greek goddess energy.
Okay, Susanna, will you please read the topic today?
Our topic, your truth, my truth, and it's from, the question is from chapter 5, the truth about your relationship in the guide, Master Curel's Guide to Unseen Self. So the question here is, there have been many times when I have felt like I was in my truth in my interaction with different people and in different relationships. I have also felt like the person I was dealing with were also in their truth, but we still had conflict. Is that because each of us has our own truth? And Master Curel's answer is, I will give you two answers. The first answer is resonant level truth, which means that when you both feel as though you are in your truth, the only question is, do I know I am in truth? If you ask yourself, do I know I am in truth? You are likely not in truth. Be clear that a truth is on a level of your own awareness. It must come from the core of your own essence. Be also clear that your level of awareness may differ from the interactive essence of the other person. I say interactive essence because that essence has chosen to interact in your reality, but you are in a space of illusion control. In this space, you are allowing the other person's essence to be in truth to a point of truth that will measure to your own point of truth.
Wow.
I love it.
So, wow. Therefore, the truth of knowingness is a scale of understanding. And as long as you are measuring truth on that scale, the level of vibration is the set point at which you will discover the light vibration, wherein it will hold itself in a space that is understandable for you. But because you hold the limited 10% conscious awareness of the human brain within the illusion of time as truth, the truth has the delineable energy to move itself from one moment to the next without creating a span of vibrational illusion in between. Wow. So in the process of bringing these two spans into oneness, your level of truth oftentimes will not match the truth of another evolving entity. Yet both of you can be in your own truth at the same time. The only way past that is through the light of recognition in the all that is. You will come to the clarity in the new reality of the fourth journey, as you call it, the fourth dimension, that the only places of truth are found within the world of meditation.
Let's take a deep breath.
Yes.
That's quantum physics.
So many levels in there.
Yes.
Thank God we had the 5 breath self-healing
Yes.
meditation
First.
before
Was a
that.
good
Good
call.
idea.
We centered ourselves.
Yes, and you could hear the different levels.
Amazing, amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
I read it several times, and then reading it out loud brought another level of awareness. I just
Mm.
Yeah, and for me, hearing you read it out loud gave me another level of awareness.
did you feel the twinge in your heart?
No, because when you hear somebody else read
Yeah.
it out loud, right? You're free to just let
Listen.
your mind wander through the levels of what you're saying,
I
right?
think it's also the vibration of the voice,
Mhm.
of the voice, yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I mean, next time we'll have you read it.
It's the music of the voice.
I
Yes.
forgot to introduce also Gail Jan, who is a Blue Goddess. Would you come and say hello to the people? She is behind the scenes with a computer, making sure that everything is perfect. That you out there is getting the information. Gail.
Should we go over here or over there?
Up to you.
Probably there.
Go there. Yes, yes.
Seems to be room over there. Maybe you want to put a chair there.
Yes. That would be good.
You should be in the
Small
chat.
kind of hot. Small kind of hot. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Say hello to them.
Hello. And we all love you. Thank you.
Oh, wait. So what's your thinking on the topic?
Master Carol is such a wizard. He just knows how to put it into like a puzzle, and we a lot of time have to figure out or try to figure out what things are. I think that's what makes us connected. And we feel that love so much inside of us that the truth is able to help us be part of the creation. Okay.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you
good.
so much. Ah, wow.
That's
Okay.
beautiful.
So would you ladies care to voice your opinion based on where your reality is now, your illusion of reality?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I think there is no, what's the best word? Truth is the very first principle. And I think there is a specific reason for that. And I think as we human beings are journeying forth on our way, that we begin to understand how our mental body plays into our life. And my sister here says, okay, she has to correct me if I get it wrong. What you see is the truth. No, the truth is what you see.
Believe it and you will see it.
Yes. See, she knows. I was kind of paying attention, but kind of not. But I think that is very true. Believe it,
Did you know that I
and
read?
you will see it.
Yes, a long time ago, we are taught as small children
Mm,
to see an apple
mm,
based on somebody else's illusion, right?
Mm.
Someone told us when we were kids that this is an apple. Otherwise, that apple would not exist. And the apple is red, and so is the trees. I thought, it was way before my so-called spiritual journey. And I read that somewhere, and I go, wow. You mean I had to learn how to the tree, probably my parents said, that's a tree. Therefore, I believed that was a tree. If he didn't tell me it was a tree, then would the tree exist in my life?
Now imagine if you know that the apple is red from when you're a small kid.
Yeah.
Imagine the first time that you see a green apple.
Exactly. I did that in
And?
the grocery store.
Yes, and so your whole reality just
Yes.
goes boom.
Changes and
Yes.
expands. I think that's what life is about.
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
Totally.
Yeah, you expand all the time.
Yeah.
You don't keep yourself in a so-called box.
As long as you don't go into fear and say, "Oh, but I'm afraid of that green apple. I'm not gonna allow that to exist," right?
Yeah.
But you stay in love. Your reality can expand,
It is expanding,
right?
right?
Yeah.
And there goes the struggle within us. That because when we grow in spirituality, and sometimes it's hard for us to let go of our previous belief of what reality is.
Mhm.
You know, and that's what happened to me. I think as I was trying to understand spirituality, tried to understand it based on religion, and it just didn't work. You
Mhm.
know, so isn't that cool?
Yeah.
But what I understand now is because of Master Kira's love, and that he exuded, but he didn't say this is my love. He just enveloped you in this love, and that changes somehow your because you trust that love. So therefore, you're able to expand. That's for me anyway.
It's in here somewhere, something about the resonant truth.
Yeah, the
Resonant level
resonant of
truth.
truth.
Yeah.
Oh
You
my
resonate
God.
to it.
So this is an exciting world all of a sudden, right?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
I would say
And
so.
that's why I said, I think last month, you have to say, do the person in front of you a favor and see who they are today. Because usually what we do is, well, I do that, is based on what I knew them from yesterday or even years ago. So that's not fair to the person that I'm looking at right now. It's not a person. You guys are all growing, and and I hope you guys see me for who I am today.
Growing.
Yeah,
Right.
growing, and that is a reflection of us all also growing when we do that. Isn't that real?
Right. Beautiful.
So what is real?
Yeah, well, the truth, I mean, thank you for bringing in the 10 principles of consciously creating, because there is a chapter in this book about the 10 principles, about the 4 pillars, and also the Lemurians and how they raised their children with truth, trust, and passion as the first. And what did the father, the male counterpart balancer, do for his child? When the child asked, and it was Master Kira, when the child asked, what is the truth of the Creator? And it was too advanced a question to ask, so the father held the child up so he could see all the people all around in his community and his family to know the truth of love. So when I started with Master Kiro and Kahu and studying the 10 principles, and that's just a never-ending journey for me, that I realized the truth, as Master Kiro has said, could very well be called love, because truth is the love that I resonate to and that I allow you to resonate to, because I'm hearing your truth from my heart. And that's where we meet. We meet in love to feel each other's truth.
Yes, and when you say the Creator's truth, it doesn't, I think it means the Creator within.
The Creator light.
Not the whole,
Right.
the oneness.
So the way I took that in the book was that the child could then see the creator light in every person
Right,
around
right.
him.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, isn't it cool?
Yeah.
How does that fit in your reality?
We're gonna get some questions, I bet, on that.
But you know what? I think, yeah, the creator, me, the creator, and you, the creator. We create different things, you know, based on our so-called where we are at the moment.
And the
you know.
blueprint, maybe.
Yes. So, I remember back then when we all first started with Mexico, and I was having a discussion with someone. And it was about the goddess light, and I said, and then that person kind of explained to me what she believed about the goddess light, and I'm going, huh? That's not how I understand it. Then she goes, oh, it's in the book. It's in the book. Yeah, go read it. And I say, oh, did I read it all wrong? And then what I found out is that yes, everybody can read something but have a different understanding of that one paragraph.
Right.
That's so cool.
Especially if it's from Master Kirill.
Yes.
Because it's written on 7 levels of awareness, right? Especially what Susanna was reading. I mean, just as you were reading it, all these different possibilities were opening up through the words, and every word was so powerful that it kind of, I don't know how to explain this. I know the purple goddess might understand, but all of a sudden all these different possibilities opened up of understanding, and I think that's the levels that Master Kirill comes through at. It's unlimited. So thank you.
It's just, my mind is
So
going.
then-
It's kind of like,
So then how do we get along if we have these different truths?
Well, that's a really good question right
Yeah, how
now,
do we
isn't
get
it?
along?
Yeah, in our Earth plane.
well, it's-
Mhm.
as an adult working with children and as a mom, after having experienced that the world is this way or that way, and this is true and this is not true, being raised in the Catholic Church, you know, and things like that, this is wrong, this is right, no, you can't do that. And then I realized that didn't resonate with me because I struggled, because it didn't feel right in my core. And so I decided, okay, there's got to be another way of explaining life. And it's about pointing, well, I don't want to say pointing out. It's about valuing differences. And it can start with the physical difference is I have black hair, you have light colored hair.
Yeah, thank you.
I have dark skin, you have light skin. So it starts as simple as that because the children will observe all these different things. So
Wait a minute,
I was
you have
waiting
so
for a
different
color.
hair.
see, you looked at the details and you noticed something different. So it's not just black; it's salt and pepper. So anyway, so the whole idea
Oh, I see.
is starting as young, and I did this with Royce, you know, because Peter was Caucasian with kind of blonde hair, and I was dark skin, and you know, Mommy, how come your skin, you know, and how come Daddy's skin's so rough, you know, those kinds of things, not good or bad. It's just what is, but you love Daddy, you love Mommy. So those are the kinds of things that as a teacher is to say, we're all different. What do you like? And what do you have questions about? And then getting to the space of, oh, that's so-called good. You know, I don't want to use the word good, but then, you know, to notice the difference and say there's goodness in everything. And so when it goes, I can remember these children were going, they were talking about angels and devils, and I'm going, where is this conversation going? And this third boy goes, oh yeah, there's galactics.
Oh.
5-year-olds, right? And so this is how they were raised. And so they were going, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And I go, oh, Well, she believes in angels. You don't. He believes in galactics. You don't. You believe in the devil. They don't. You know. So it's just pointing it out. It's not right or wrong. It's that they believe things differently, and it's
How
kind
do
of
you
like
how do you deal with it now as an adult to adult?
That's
that is. There's the part of me that's still working with the child self issues.
Your child
My
self.
child self issues. And there's a part of me that says, I know differently.
Is that the struggle that's going on within you?
Yes.
And that
would say
affects your
yes.
that affects your truth?
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm going to full disclosure. Full disclosure, this has been a rough couple of months. Maybe I can say kind of rough 4 years since Peter passed from the earth plane. What I knew to be true at that time, that Peter was still alive on the earth plane, and what I knew after he passed without his physical presence, that I questioned everything. So, and what
For-
was my truth?
For example,
Wow.
what did you question?
Who am I now?
Oh, that's good.
You know, who am I now? And what do I do now that Peter's not here in the physical world? You know, it felt like the rug got pulled out from under me because his passing was very sudden. Unlike some of my friends there was illness and them caring for their husbands, this was sudden, and I just didn't know what to do at that point. So the truth I'm going to say my truth got covered up with the loss, the grief, the uncertainty of where my life was going. What I knew to be true didn't seem to be true anymore. And so
Well, that's a good awareness, though.
totally good
so
awareness.
this whole 4 years has been a journey of discovery of self. And this whole 2 months since I turned 70 has been quite an experience. It's kind of like, okay, what is my truth now?
Wow.
You know, who am I? Who am I now that I'm 70 years old? You know,
So do you consult your heart or you go back to your mental, your brain?
I do both. I'm going to
Good.
say it's been a seesaw experience. I'm going to
Oh.
admit it.
Right.
It's been a seesaw
Sure.
experience. I have to ask people, can people say, I'm in my truth right now and be there all the time? Or when things come up, the truth gets kind of wobbly, and then it's this soul searching. I've been going through this soul searching.
Wow.
And it's kind of in the sense of sensitivity. If you would just tell me something, I'd go home and cry.
Wow.
I did go home and cry. You know, when I heard somebody say something to me, I would go home and cry, and I'd go, Peter, where are you? You used to help me through these things. You know?
Wow.
Well,
and
so,
so-
what do you mean by soul searching?
Going back to my soul to
Is that
figure
true?
out,
Like
Is that
meditation.
even true?
and through meditation, through prayers, through crying, through acknowledging that I don't know. I know Master Crow said, don't say I don't know, but there's times that I just don't know. You know, and I acknowledge that, and once I acknowledge that, I go and take a deep breath. I go, oh, well, what do I know?
Very good. Wow.
You know, and it's been a journey of, so this topic, this time and last month about our thoughts, you know, has been frustrating at times and very enlightening most of the time. So I thank you for bringing forth these topics because there's this, I'm going to a new level of my awareness of my truth.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I think you're not alone in that. I think we're all doing that.
but I felt
Yeah.
like I had to admit that sometimes I don't know my truth.
That's interesting
But the
because
expectation
Okay.
is I should know my truth
No,
at
that's-
all times.
I don't think that's
who said
it.
that?
Yeah.
Who said that?
It's an expectation
It's your expectation.
Yes.
Yeah.
based on what I heard.
Okay.
Based on what you
Because,
heard.
wow, that's a big expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
So in terms of working with my granddaughter and my grandniece and grandnephew, the story that came out when you were talking about, you know, the Lemurians held the baby up and could see everybody. And Kimmy, I think she was maybe 3 years old, and she goes, I love mommy, I love daddy. And I go, okay. Ah, I love Uncle Royce. And then she pats her chest and she goes, she went down and she mentioned everybody in the family.
So how does that help you?
Because it was about seeing the family, knowing that they're different, and she loved them.
Regardless.
That she loved them.
They all had the light of
Yeah.
Creator
But
within
she
them.
was 3 years old. She doesn't know, anything but love at that time. Her ego is not up in, her ego has not taken hold of yet. So she is able to do that at 3 years old. But she's 8 years old now and she's different. She is different. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting that you brought that up.
Right, it's a
Yeah,
beautiful share,
so,
Susanna, thank you.
That is wonderful that we go through that, you
Right.
know?
For me, the constant, and I only am learning this over and over and over again from what I learned from Master Carol and Kahu, is the truth is about love. It's about love. And if I'm not in love, I'm in fear, I'm in some kind of fear. If I feel the fear, I want to get back into my love, and there's different ways of doing that, the praying and all the 10 principles. But it's about my resonating again to love and allowing the other person, because I think this is really, we see it a lot when we have a relationship or when we're dealing with another person, right, who's maybe disagreeing with you, or you don't feel that they're in truth. What I really learned from Kahu was the way he listened to people.
Right.
He didn't correct people. He let them be where they were in their truth, and he listened carefully because he was getting his truth from what they were saying as well. He was feeling their resonance and learning from the other people around him. He was a super good listener. And for me, that is always so helpful because you learn so much from other people by listening.
By the way, this topic is from this book, Guide to the Unseen Self, and the title chapter of The Truth About Your Relationship. Oh,
Right? And when that came out, that was sensational.
yes. So I really recommend it if you're having problems with your boyfriend, husband, sweetheart. It's not about them, it's about you.
No, one other thing I want to say about that, especially when we come to relationships, is one thing I learned from Kahu was, so I have something I feel is my truth, and that's was my truth. The other person has another idea about whatever we're in truth about, right? Maybe we're in an argument or something. So what's the resolution to that? Am I going to make them wrong, so I'm going to make myself right?
So where are you now?
That would be if I were there,
Yeah.
that would put me in the ego and in fear of not being maybe good enough or right enough. But if I allow that person to have that level of truth wherever they are, and I'm thinking family. I got family. They're in a certain place where I let them be there. And I don't want to engage them to try and change their opinion, because that's their opinion. That's where they are.
Kahu Carol is famous for that.
Right? So being in love, for me to stay in love, to listen from my heart, then I'm in my truth.
Right, because he used to say, they're not going to listen to what I'm saying. It'd be wild, but
That's
give
right.
them time.
Yeah.
He was always saying, yeah, give them time.
Mhm.
They'll wake up. So And good. You said somebody has a.
Yeah.
Share.
Cheryl McGill.
Yay,
Hi,
Cheryl.
And she said, thank you, Sue.
I was
Oh, that's the share.
Does she have anything to
Cheryl.
add to that or
You wanna
share
add?
with it?
I don't know if they can hear you.
I'll type it.
I think we all go through that. You know what you're going through. We all go through that. But we have to be aware, also consciously aware as conscious creators, that we don't go so deep into it. Like for me, I used to take a week to get mad at Kahu to recover, you know. But then I still get mad at him.
And he lets you.
Yeah.
Right.
Cheryl McGill. She said, unmasking. That is discussed in chapter 5.
Oh, nice.
And it's read
Yes.
very differently now after COVID-19
Oh.
vaccine. We read this differently now than was possible at the time this was introduced.
Wow.
So when it came out, we didn't have that mask type thing, but if we think about when you're in a relationship, how are you masking yourself,
Yeah.
right?
They can't.
She wrote that in the chat room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's very.
Thank
did-
you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl. I did think of that word unmasking this morning when I was reading the question. And I go, oh wait, that's the other book.
Well, yeah, there
Yeah,
used to,
that's it.
in the church, when I first came to the church, there was this whole thing about unmask the stranger, right? It was a song and it was a whole thing, but we were doing that, and I didn't know it at the time, but I was unmasking myself, who I thought I was when I first came to the beauty.
Exactly.
I mean, and I think we all do that spiritually as we keep moving forward, right? Let go of the past and move forward.
One thing that I wanted to share was there's this fellow, his name is Peter Singhi, and he created these groups of people that would work on particular projects. And one of the first tenets was you needed to be able to explain your truth about this project. And then it would go around, as many people that are in the group, that next person needs to ask questions of the person who just explained their truth to a point where they could understand. And you know, when you write questions and you're trying to teach people, that word understand is not something you're supposed to use because it's so it's not clear. There's no clarity to that word understand. But he would make them ask questions until they could understand, and then they would go to the next person and on and on and on. And what that does is it expands the person's mind, everybody's mind, because the perspectives are different. And if you can see, you know, if you look at the elephant and you're only at the tail and you're explaining about the tail, and then somebody's over there explaining about the trunk, and then the trunk and the tail, oh, there's a trunk and a tail. I mean, it is a beautiful way to say that you're expanding your mental body so that your relationship with each other and with the world is very different. And that happens in an instant, and it's amazing magic.
Wow, you know what I was thinking of when you were saying that the what that does, that process is beautiful. The process allows you to, in one way or another, fall in love with that person. Mm-hmm. You're expanding your love, and you're able to love that person for understanding where they are at that time, right? So
Perfect.
Really, it is about the mental body, but it seems like you're connecting emotionally with that person too,
Right.
because you're discovering the levels of their reality, right? That's beautiful.
Well,
Thank
you know, I think I bring this up often. You know, I used to be mad at this one person. And then I would get mad at them, and then I would run to Master Carroll, and then he would say, "Why do you need him to be that way?" I said, "What? Why do you need him to be that way?" He says, and then he said to me, "Get the lesson that he's trying to provide you, and he will disappear."
And he did.
And he did.
Well, and I thank you for going through that, because I learned a lot from that as
Yeah.
well. And that's about spiritualists taking responsibility for our experience, right? For what we're creating, for the conscious creation, right? For your own truth,
Right.
right? Wow.
And
Powerful.
for my relationship, when Kahu left, the earth plane, it was like a voice that came. He says, a voice came to me. He says, you gotta develop a new relationship. He's still with you, but you just need to develop a new relationship. And that took a while for me to understand that. So now, instead of wishing that he had a physical body, he still has a physical body. I don't do that anymore. I go hug his closet full of clothes if I need that. And the smell still there.
Wow.
And so I don't need that anymore. When I miss him, he would say, "I'm here.
Yes.
I cannot be the person that that you thought I was in the past." He said, "I cannot be that, and you cannot be the person that you thought you were in the past. It just won't mix."
Right.
So there's the struggle, that's within us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow. Thank you for that, because I feel like we all had to shift.
yes,
When all of us here at the Beauty had to shift when Kahu transitioned, right? We all had to become somebody new.
or it's not.
Yeah.
How about not?
I like.
Yeah,
What-
because we couldn't be students of Kahu, or he's our, he's still our minister, and we're still learning from him, right? But he's not physically here. So everybody that knew him and interacted with him has to shift.
Yes, but
Right.
it's not not about you being new. It's just you shift your reality, because we're so focused on what was
Mhm.
that we don't open ourselves to what is today.
Yes.
Yeah,
So that's a new level of truth.
yeah, that's a new level of truth.
That's
So-
back to what she said.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And you see that so beautifully with relationships. And that's why, thank you so much for bringing this from the book, because it really is about,
it's Kahu and Kira.
yeah, the reflection, right? The reflection from others. Yeah.
You said, I like what Althea said, is expanded awareness. So is it about truth? We use the word truth, and what is that defined as in our human brain? So I like the word, using the word awareness, because I wrote down infinite possibilities of awareness.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking of my one sibling that I felt everything I did was wrong in her eyes. And here I am, I went to college, I learned, why am I not smart? Why am I wrong? But everything was, you're wrong. And I'm just kind of going, okay. And Peter would say, separate realities. You're never going to convince her of your reality, and she wants to so much convince you of her reality as being right. And it was quite an interesting revelation when something came up in meditation the other week, and that incident came up, and I go, oh my God.
What did you feel about it now?
Huh?
How did you feel about it now when it came up?
What is the truth that do you have a conclusion in that relationship?
That I don't know if I can say there's a conclusion, but there is a new awareness of my relationship with her.
Mhm.
And the interesting thing was that I was so scared of her. I was so angry and resentful. But what the realization was, something was going on with her that she behaved that way towards me. Then I had the compassion come out to go, oh, she was going through some hard times. That's why she behaved that way to me. And then, so that shifted that event. So I would say the healing, the truth about that event shifted. She wasn't trying to hurt me, which I thought. That she was hurting herself. She was in pain, and this is, at that time in her life, this is how she knew to express it.
Wow.
So that was quite a shift in reality for me, you know.
And while you were speaking, I was thinking, wow, she must have been the ultimate challenge to you and your truth.
Yeah.
You're knowing of who you are, right? Because you're like you said, educated. You're a smart
What does
person.
education
Yeah.
got to do with
Yeah.
the truth?
Well, that's part.
Just because you have a 4-year
No,
college
not that
degree?
type of truth. But the
Okay.
truth, because she was saying you're wrong, the connection to that would be, okay, but I'm smart. I know. I went to school. I'm not wrong. So on that level, you know, that's a challenge to your identity or your truth of who you think you are, right? And she sounds like she was pretty good at it. Challenging that, right?
I think
I mean,
she
we
was-
put stuff like that in our blueprints with other
Yeah.
people to come incarnate with us and challenge our reality. I know, I got a brother like that.
She was very skillful. So then, part of my thing is to learn different skills, to learn how to deal with her skillfulness. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
So, and so that was it. So this whole thing is your truth, my truth. You know, it expands. You know, and then the be clear that a truth is on a level of your own awareness.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Different, you see through your own lens.
Yeah.
Different experiences, you know, is part of that lens, you know. And like the same sister, we would meet her friends and they would tell us, oh, you have such a beautiful sister. She's so nice, she's this and that. And I'm going, are we talking about
Oh my.
So, you know, it, like you said, I put her in my blueprint for her to teach me that. Because Kahu used to say to me, well, why do you need for her to be that way? I used to get mad at Kahu.
There it
you
was
know?
again.
And it's like, and he goes, you're just like her. And I was
Oh, that would be
and
tough.
you and Sue is like her. And I was, whoa, livid. You know, and then I stopped talking to him about that. But then he was right. You know, I brought her in, you know. I brought her in so she could reflect that in me because I had the same personality. You know, I don't show it to everybody. But, you know, finally, you know, she comes around, I have no emotional attachment to her anymore. And so I said, yay. And that's what Master Kirill says. When you realize that when you look at that person and you don't have any emotional attachment, you came to your own truth.
That's a beautiful way. Yeah,
So isn't that magical?
yeah.
That's the clarity I was looking for the longest time because it said when you so-called heal that part and you're not emotionally triggered, then the person will disappear. And I kind of went, wait a minute, the person is still here.
But they kind of move away from you. Maybe you
Yeah.
don't interact with them quite as much.
That was the realization that I got later is because I could talk to this person and not get upset.
There you go.
You know, and I could talk to him and have lunch with this person and go, oh, that was pleasant.
Wow, that's
You know, so
good.
We're talking about your truth, my truth in relationship. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
How about your spouses or your loved ones? Those are the ones that carry the biggest karma, right?
Right.
And especially with siblings. Siblings.
Siblings.
Siblings.
Well, the siblings is, I didn't choose you as the belief system, you know.
Yeah.
I chose my husband or I chose my friend, so there was a choice element in there. But I didn't choose you, so that was the kind of
Yeah, they have that saying, you can choose your friends but not your
Yeah,
family,
right.
Oh,
Right.
wait a minute.
Which is not the truth.
Well,
That's
that's
the
on the surface human understanding, but we know a different understanding. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting because, you know, why did I choose Royce? Because my teacher friend said, "You didn't think you were going to have an easy child, did you?" I said, "Well, I thought I would because I know a lot about child development and raising kids." And he laughed at me because he had the spiritual understanding of life, which I didn't quite understand at that
That
time,
time.
and I do now. You know.
So then how come can you apply to what you're knowing about child rearing to your own situation? Because you have an inner child that needs that attention, don't you think?
Yes, I agree. And I've ignored the inner child because the child was so very hurt.
Right.
So, by
And I didn't let the inner child out because I did not want to feel the hurt.
Right.
yes, and that the truth is my truth. It doesn't have to be your truth. You are you're so wonderful with kids. You protect them. But my truth, how I see you is like you're protecting your child, but that child is not growing. You know, because you keep protecting that child. But if you were to nurture that child that's within you with all the knowledge, the spiritual knowledge that comes from different disciplines of life, I think you're going to free that child. What do you guys think?
And she'll feel safe.
Yes.
She'll feel safe.
It danced the other day.
I
She
really,
danced the other day.
I really like your
That was-
process.
That was beautifully said.
You have a beautiful process.
If you notice my text, I put little snippets of a song.
Yeah, I like your process.
Like, you got the whole world in your hand. Because I'm texting and I'm hearing this song and I'm singing this song. I go, what the heck? Just send it.
Yeah, I like your process.
Look
And
at it.
I think what it does is it allows people with different perspectives or different awarenesses to be able to listen and say, hey, I'm kind of like that. And then from that, they begin to expand their awareness. So I really do appreciate that.
The one thing I wanted to mention, I'd love to hear somebody else.
Sandra.
Oh, Sandra.
Sandra.
Hi,
She
Sandra.
says, blessings to all. Sorry for my party.
Glad you're here.
Yes.
Sandra.
Send
Does
us
she have,
your thoughts.
Do you have a question, Sandra? Or
Question or share?
Send us your thoughts.
Would love to hear your thoughts. Yes.
You take your time too.
oh, okay. So she's just getting settled
Well, she's
in.
like- You know, you said the thing about apple, red apple, and so we say, oh, this is a red apple. Then children come and they paint a square apple, or they draw a square apple, or they draw a purple apple.
Yeah,
You know, and then what do you do with that? The choice is, that's not an apple. It's not red. You drew a square apple. That's not an apple. As opposed to, oh, well, I noticed you used purple to paint this round thing. Tell me about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell me
yeah,
about it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very good.
You know,
Yeah.
so in my work with the senior citizen, they're afraid to draw or paint a thing because then they were told when they were young, that doesn't look like
It's not
a
correct.
tree. That doesn't look like,
yeah.
that's not nice. You're not an artist.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so in doing the workshops with the senior citizens, we're saying, okay, just erase that. When the thought comes, just erase it and say, I am an artist. It took me 3 years to say I am an artist.
Wow. You know, I like what you said about the child, you know, with the different, whatever they drew. Tell me about that. And I think that's something that we can expand to adults and our relationships. When somebody has something that is just like way out there from my perspective, then I can say, instead of saying, are you crazy? What kind of what? Just say, tell me about that. I'd like to know, I'd like to hear more about that. And that way you don't, you know, make them wrong and make them defensive. And gee, you know, if we had something like that, we might be able to heal a lot of,
Yes.
you know, conflicts or whatever that we have.
Yes, Gail?
This is from me.
Oh, okay,
Hey.
hello.
Is that mic works? That microphone?
Then you better come behind here, Gail, so
Yeah.
that you be picked. I don't think people can hear you.
Can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, right here because they
Huh?
hear you.
It's about your truth.
Yeah, and we're very interested.
Yay.
Right here.
You can see.
I can see your face. I can see your face. I can see your face and your face. It looks so different from the past.
Thank you for seeing us who we are today.
Yeah, I mean, there's this talk about aura, but there's this thing all around you. It's like, you know, the halo.
Wow.
Cool.
And Creator 96, anyway, they play a lot of Beyonce's. That's Beyonce, the Halo.
Halo, yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
But that's what it looks like in there.
Oh,
Cool.
Oh,
Thank you for
my.
sharing.
thank you so much.
wow.
Is that about our truth?
That's our truth.
That's about Gail's
That's my
truth.
present to you.
Yeah, that she can see it.
She sees our truth.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
beautiful. Thank you,
I
Gail.
mean, I'm not just saying it. It's the truth.
We feel that.
I was just thinking, because we had the solar eclipse and now we're going to have the lunar eclipse. So there's a buzz on the internet world about 2 eclipses together.
They're always together.
They're always, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Close to each other?
yeah. We've had actually 3, right?
Okay.
So there's eclipse seasons.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know that, huh?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of like, in one person said it's going to be wobbly energy. So, could be. And so,
Might be for her.
and I went, oh no, because I remember other times.
Oh.
you know.
Mm.
And so in last night's global meditation,
Yes.
Yes.
I said, oh, the moon's going to be full soon. I know a different way. I don't have to get swept into the emotional things. I have been, though, going through a lot of emotional cleansing. And my intent at that meditation was to focus on me first.
Nice.
Good.
To focus on what is my truth. And I kept saying, I'm green goddess, I'm green goddess, I'm green goddess, I'm love. You know, so I went through that first, and then I felt this peace that I could go on with the meditation
Nice.
last
Wow,
night.
good.
Oh, beautiful.
So it's kind of like whether there's an eclipse or not, but then there's going to be times because of our own human body cycles that there's going to be some so-called wobbly times, and it became clear to me that my state of being, in my 4 bodies, will help me navigate through some of the emotional times. So.
And the good news is we have all the tools from Master Kirill and Kahu Fred that are going to help us through this great shift, which is what it is.
Your truth, my truth. My truth is that I don't really believe in, of course, a lot of people believe in Mercury retrograde and, you know, how the moon affects yes, it can affect, for those who believe. But I try to wean myself from that, you know, because I want to be in control of
Oh.
my own self. You know, I want to, you know, and it's like, since Kahu died, you know, since Kahu left the earth plane, I wasn't aware how much he would give so much of his love to me. And I'm sure you're aware of that because you talked to him almost every day, and you, Gail, and he was always giving us that love. And when he was no longer part of this physical reality, and I didn't understand why. And then all of a sudden I knew, because he was constantly giving this healing energy. And so that's what I had to, that's when the voice said, you got to know him at his level. And then and that's probably what you're missing, Gail, because you were always in his constant energy. He was always sending you energy. So you missed that. But what you can do is you can call on him. His love is, his truth is even way bigger. Way bigger. So if you want to know, like for me, I wanted to know what the heck people was talking about. Did I really know this person, this Kahu, that performed miracles? I really didn't understand that. But you know what? Through the months, it's been almost a year, because that was my mantra. I want to know the love that you and Master Kira gave to this world. And you know, it brought me to my knees. And I said, wow, I should have paid attention more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't part of that. It was supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, we have to, I think, we have to, yes, we love to talk about being in fear and all of that, all our shortcomings. But you know, in the prayer, Master Kira's prayer for the beauty, he said the actuality of now. I think it was like the third paragraph of, and you know, I studied that, and finally I realized, in the actuality of now, if you put yourself there, always try to put yourself in the actuality. It's magical. It's where miracles happen. It's where your answers are. I mean, if you got to go through all what you got to go through to, this is my truth. It doesn't have to be your truth. I don't have to beat myself up because I have this fear. And when I have a pain, I go straight to the 5-breath self-healing meditation, and I put that love in that and say to myself, I'm in the actuality of now. What is the fix? And it's like almost a snap. That vision of that fear comes and it goes away. So it's cellular, right? We're purging cellular stuff, but to me, it doesn't have to take that long. You know, if you ask in the actuality of now for the truth and why you're having that pain, and then when it comes to you, I could be walking down the road. It doesn't come instantly. I could be walking down the road or in the car, and all of a sudden this vision comes up. I said, and all of a sudden it says, that's where your pain originated from. And that solved it.
Right, and we can pray that everybody has that presence of that awareness that you have, because you're very focused on your healing and your actuality now, and being open to receive that type of guidance. And I think that's something we can all aspire to.
Right.
Right.
So yes, we got to go through the motion, I guess, of processing all our ills and fears, but we don't have to be there too long.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't have to be there too long. And in the actuality of now, yes, it took me a while to understand what the heck is actuality of now is about. But I prodded, I asked, I prayed, and finally, one day, that's where miracles happen. When you're in the presence of now. So even though, you're saying, oh, I feel bad, this and blah, blah, blah. And yes, you can go through that. But then you got to shift right away and say, where in the actuality of now is my answer? And that's where my truth is. And you might want to try it.
I think that you're right, and in that actuality of now, there is no fear. There won't be fear.
And that's where your truth is.
Right, and that's where the truth
The
is.
I know is.
And you're in love with yourself in that moment because the future hasn't occurred. If any fear about the future, it hasn't been created yet. So that's not truth. And the past doesn't exist except how we remember it. So that can't be true. So the only truth we have is the actuality of now and the presence of love.
Yes, and we choose to be in that space.
Right.
And we choose to be in the space of fear.
And
It's all about choices.
And I think it's like working a muscle, just doing it more and more and more, and because we're all human, right? We're gonna fall back, or we're gonna fall forward, or we're gonna have these. I have a client that has anxiety attacks, right? Because he's projecting into the future what could possibly happen and pulling from the past, and so when I ask him what is in the now, right now. What are you feeling right there? And the anxiety goes away, right?
And for me, when Kaku left, I said, okay, I'm going to give myself 2 more years. 2 more years, and I'm going to go. I'm just going to give 2 more years so I can clean up whatever I need to clean up. And as I did the journey, now I'm at the point to say, wow, this world is huge. And I said, and I used to say, why would I be in a planet that's, chaos is happening? But that's where my focus was, the chaos or the war, or I was, when I used to be immersed with the politics of the U.S. And it was ugly, it's still ugly. But then I decided, that no more. I turned off my TV, and then I just focused on myself, and I wanted to know what the truth about the Master Kyril's love and Kaku's love. And you know what I found? It's my truth.
Beautiful.
My truth. And I want to stick around for 5 more years.
Yay! We're gonna write that down.
Date it.
This is a huge world. I mean, planet Earth is like, we all come here to process our soul age, to
Age our soul.
graduate from
Age
our
our soul.
fears and all that stuff. But when you come to a place where I say, wow, I feel peaceful. And like Kaku felt peaceful. And all that stuff that they were saying about being in the I know, all growing your love, it's all true. It's all true. But then he also said, well, when you're ready to heal, you will heal. When you're ready to come out of that place, in a dark place, you will be out. You will be out. That he said that's guaranteed. And I could attest to the fact, when you're done, when you're ready to heal, you will heal. So that's the basic truth. The basic truth is get to know your truth.
And you brought in something now that probably people that are watching are wondering about, what is the truth of our world right now? And we talked about relationships, but the truth of our world is we're in the great shift in consciousness, and we're all resonating into this, whether it's like the chaos that you decide to turn off, which is great, and the resonant light of love that is coming onto this planet that we all can gravitate into by finding that peace in our hearts.
Yeah, and you know what? That helps planet Earth.
It does.
It really does. When we start raising our vibration, you know, that helps planet Earth. That helps Mother
And that's the truth of the beauty of our church here, of the global meditations, for all the light workers bringing their lights together and raising the frequency of love on the planet.
Yeah.
That's what it's
And
about.
you don't need, I think, to, yes, people sell a lot of stuff out there. But you know what? I think when you go within, the 5 breath self-healing meditation, when you really get into that, I'm a purist. You know, I don't listen to anything else but, and what I discovered was when I do my 5 breath self-healing meditation, that confirms to the cells of my body that I love them and I want to heal. And yes, I don't have to watch TV or the news every day, because I tell myself whatever I need to know will come to me. That's the trust, right?
Right.
It's amazing. So all we have to do, goddesses out there, and you're all goddesses, and grow your goddess light. Grow your God, or not even grow it. Come, go back to it.
Remember it.
Remember it. Remember you had Lemurian origins, or maybe your goddess comes from Greece. You know, we all had goddess experience in Greece. Go there, meditate there. It's so wonderful, you know, to be in this love. And you know what? That artist will come out. And to me, artist is how you express yourself. Yes, she expresses herself through dance and her chant. Yeah. And I
Music
love that.
is vibration, dance
Yes.
is vibration.
Yes.
It's all
Right.
about vibration. Yes.
Beautiful.
And so, I mean, we gotta get going. We have to get going. Get back to our truth. And we didn't lose it. We did not lose it. That much I know. Go back into it. And love yourself. And then expand from there.
Gail, any shares from
Any shares?
our chat room?
Well, I love the last statement that you added in the email is, you will come to the clarity in the new reality of the fourth journey, as you call it, fourth dimension, that the only places of truth are found in the world of meditation. And Master Kirill have been telling us year after year, and I was listening to a recording, and I forgot what year it was, but he kept saying, do your 5-minute meditation.
Yes.
And it was just 5 minutes. He was asking us, and I can remember 5 minutes, you know. And now we're doing the 5 breath self-healing meditation. For me, sometimes we'll go, like you said, sometimes we'll go an
Longer,
hour.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because the cells saying to
Yeah.
me, what about me? What about me?
yeah.
But
I
then
don't know if you guys experience that, you know.
I want attention.
But that's the evolution of Kahu's
Yeah.
journey with sharing his
And I'm going
wisdom.
to acknowledge our own evolution, because we went from, what do you want us to do, 10 breaths, prana breaths
Oh.
every night?
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
what, do you want to do 50? And then, now, what, do you want us to do 5-minute meditation? And now, look at where we are.
yes.
So the other thing I heard in one of the recordings was, he said, automatic right. You can do it 1 time a day, you can do it 1 time an hour, or do it whenever, you know, because in that space, even though when I automatic write, it comes out, I'm writing things, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling junk, I'm feeling blah, 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 blah. And then in the very end, there's something that emerge, which is that truth that finally came out because I allowed myself to go to that yucky, I call it yucky, I'm calling it yucky spaces right now. Because under all the yucky is the beauty. Is that's the one thing and the truth of love that
Okay,
I
then
am.
I have a comment on that. Instead of calling it yucky, why don't you be in that space and you say, what step am I not getting?
Well, I'm calling it yucky now because it felt yucky.
I know, but if you
Yeah.
took it a more put a positive spin to it, instead of yuck, you're there because you have to learn something from there.
So
And
it-
that's positive.
So it's your truth to call
Yeah.
it yucky. And
Yeah.
there you are, and that's fine.
Yeah. So at that time, my truth
She
is that at my time,
That's
my
where
truth
she
was
is.
it felt yucky. But as I wrote, it didn't feel yucky anymore.
There you go.
Then I saw the beauty in the experience.
In the yuck.
Yeah, because it's
moved
like
out.
it's like what's the flower? The lotus flower,
Transformation.
right?
Right.
It-
Oh, the lotus
Yeah, the
comes out of the
lotus,
muck.
Transformation.
Out of the muck comes the beauty, you know.
Nice.
And one of the things, as I kind of glanced at the news, I go, oh no, not again, you know. But then the message I got in my writing that night was, look to the beauty of the world.
Mm,
So what
the
are you
sparkle
seeing?
in
Yeah.
creation.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Look to the beauty of the self.
yeah.
Gail, did you have something?
Corinna, this is Cheryl McGill.
Cheryl.
Corinna, the actuality of now, all in caps. Cheryl McGill, definition of actuality, actual existence, typically as contrast. What was intended, expected, or viewed.
Ooh.
Wow.
So it's the actuality of it. Well, that's Master Carol's words, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to,
This
huh?
is way above our
But that's beautiful. I love that. So she went into the definition of actuality.
yeah.
Fantastic.
And how fun it is to be able to jump into the water and put on your goggles and swim and see the fishes.
Well, that's the beauty of the of Master Carol's wisdom, Kabu's wisdom, is that everyone, within here, our definition of actuality of now is different, right? And then as you go, wow, and there's another stage. Like you said to yourself, wow, I thought I knew that, but there is another stage being presented to you. I'm saying, Sue, I'm not criticizing you about being in the muck, but you could put a spin on that and say, okay, I'm in the muck because there's something that I need to get out of the muck.
I agree with you with that. And then it's all about, you know, neuro-linguistic programming. I believe that it's important for me to be careful of the words I use.
Definitely.
You know, but then when I felt like I was in the
No
yuck,
LOP,
I
yes.
felt like I was in the yuck, but I wasn't there
Okay,
for so long.
so
So
then
that's the key.
You found a
we
way
have
out.
to close, so
Oh.
I would like Tribute to give your, what's your new awareness that you got from this program? Gail, you first?
It was that,
Huh?
it was the light that I seen through all of you.
Oh, you saw our truth light.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, that's so
That's
cool.
my healing too.
Wow.
Thank you, thank you.
You look bright and shiny.
So when Master Carol would come, would say, yeah, you wouldn't recognize that light unless it was in you.
That's right. Perfect.
Truth.
Yeah. True.
And I really like that because I could dovetail on that very easily because truth is beauty and beauty is the sparkle of creation, and I really like that. So thank you for saying that.
Thank you. And I will also dovetail on that in that your truth is your love. And truth for me is love. And the more that I feel my love, the more I know my truth. And the more I'm able to know the truth of others and love them for it. So thank you.
Sandra has a share.
Okay. Thank you, Sandra.
So it's befitting us all to agree that truth should be the first principle consciously created, as you goddesses, leaders probably already discussed.
That's right.
Thank you.
Cheryl said, see you. Fishes.
Oh, fishes, yes. Because I said that you put on your goggles and you jump in the water and then you're able to see beyond.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Sandra. And Susanna.
Okay, I'm going to go with honor. Truth is about honoring my level of awareness as well as other people's level of awareness.
I like that.
And that know that we're all doing the best. I'm doing the best I can at the moment. And that I have the tools that can see me through and to another awareness level. So that is
Expanded
my
awareness.
Beautiful. Thank you, Green Goddess.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh, what a wonderful. I'm so proud of all of you.
We're proud of you too.
And I respect your truth. And yes, you got to go through what you got to go through. Have fun with it.
That's right.
Have fun with it.
That's right.
And you'll get out of that whatever when you're ready. So my conclusion of this, I was just so proud of you guys. That's all. So we have to now energize our goddess light, our truth light, and planet Earth needs us. And you know what? We can have fun on this planet. It's time to leave. I mean, could we exist without any muck on this planet? Could we? Come on, can you?
We won't have lotuses.
Yay! I like that.
But somebody will, you might not, not the way you are thinking in that box. However, someone will be creating a lotus without the mucky water. Ah, that's your creative. I just expanded your consciousness.
Let's honor the muck that we've all been through, and some people are still going through.
And look at you guys are all lotuses.
I like
that. I'm just everybody has their own truth, and be nice to them.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Really, really be nice. I don't want to say understand it. You don't have to understand, right? You just have to love them.
Yes.
Make your grounding chakra in love. And you can still grow lotus in your heart. I know. In my fourth dimension, I grew lotus in mine without the mucky water. And I invite you all to go to the fourth light. And maybe next time I will be sharing with you how I go into the fourth light every day. And the magical things that happen in the fourth light in meditation affects how it affects my life here on earth. So I hope if I remember, we'll talk about the fourth light the next time. Meanwhile, I thank you all of you for being with us, and I know don't abandon your truth. Never, never abandon for somebody else's truth. And of course, I think when you come to know the actuality now, you will heal so much faster, right?
I agree.
I agree too. So, the next event, I invite you to join us here at the Honolulu Church of Light on the 5th Healing Sunday. And the healing topic will be the alchemy of the magical 5-breath self-healing meditation.
Great.
Yes. So
Alchemy.
it's magical.
Next month.
I know it's magical because I experience magic all the time. But I don't really want to call it magic.
It's magical.
It's because when you begin to understand the principle of the five breath, it's not magical. It's real life. It's a real life experience that you come to expect. So, thank you for joining us, and Kahu and Carol continues to be the extraordinary healer from wherever where they hail from, and just call on them 3 times, and be open to that energy. They're always available. So thank you for joining us, and I want to leave you guys with this. Love makes us peaceful and prosperous. Did you hear that? Love makes us peaceful and prosperous. Imagine a beautiful world for yourself, your family, and friends. We wish for you many opportunities to say amazing grace. And within this church, there's so many opportunities we say, wow, that was an amazing grace, right?
Yes.
So, Kahu loved each day for the enlightenment he received. So I ask you to do the same for you. Every day, love each day, and acknowledge the enlightenment we receive for the day. From the mountaintops of ancient Lemuria, aloha and mahalo for the privilege of your time here on earth. Thank you on behalf of the ladies here, Kahu Fred Sterling, and Master Guide Carol, and I am Patty Athena Sterling. I love you.
Bye. Aloha. Mahalo.
Bye. Aloha. I can't do that. How many fingers you got there? Do that again. Your hand. What did you do with your